Catus, Maximus here. Another short little plier video. This is Lindstrom, Sweden. A long time ago I made a video about a little set of Lindstrom electronic cutters. They are very nice pliers. These are round needle tip pliers. These just happen to be a pretty nice pair. Needle tip pliers are used a lot in jewelry making for precision bending of wire and that type of stuff. What I really liked about these Lindstroms is, one, they're a box joint, and I mention every box joint video. You have lap joints which go over the top of each other, and you have box joints where one part of the handle goes through a box and it's fully boxed in. The pins support on both sides. They're just not as common because it's a little bit more expensive to manufacture for two reasons. One, when they manufacture these, a lap joint actually allows you to have two of the very same handle, and then they just flip one over, so it's a little cheaper than a box joint where you have to have two different forging dies. Two, they actually have to heat the box portion up red hot and spread it apart so they can push the handles through and then close it back down. And that causes a higher failure rate because sometimes they crack and fail during that process. So there's more losses in quality control, and so the pliers tend to be a little bit more expensive that have box joints, but the big advantage is being fully boxed in, having the pin held symmetrically. They tend to stay tighter for a longer period of time under heavy use. These little Lindstroms, once again, what kind of sets these apart is I have a few different sets of, I guess, round needle nose plier, shank needle nose pliers, but they tend to be kind of rudimentary, where these Lindstroms are really well known, and especially in the electronic industry, of having very high quality pliers. Better than Klein's and that type of stuff. They really are pretty sought after, but they are also quite pricey. But Swedish made, these are just pretty well made. I wouldn't say that they're perfect. We can see the grinding isn't exactly symmetrical there. We can see the box joint is pretty well centered, but maybe not quite perfect. You can see it's a little bit offset. But other than that, what makes these quite useful is the fact that versus regular needle nose, which has a flat, these are super fine tips. Really could get into just about kind of any place that you need to. Great for electronics. Once again, precision work with jewelry. And they're the best way to describe it is they're kind of like tweezers in a plier form, but they just don't have, once again, flat noses. These are just two pins. And even though they seem a little bit odd, once you have a set, those situations do arise where you're like, oh wow, I actually have something which is a super fine point, so I can, not just pull out splinters out of your fingers or whatever, but allow a lot of precision work. I know I was looking around online, one of the forums actually was talking about some people who do camera and like cell phone repair. And the great thing about these is the points are just so fine that on these types of pliers in general, that you can grab a hold of those microscopic little screws and be able to get them started while being able to hold them, and provide you a nice advantage. So anyway, just wanted to make another video about a neat tiny little set of pliers, but also to once again bring attention to my viewers about Lindstrom, which is a high quality tool company. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.